a petition protesting over the planned deportation of Osime Brown. He's a 21-year-old severely autistic man who was jailed for a series of offences he committed as a teenager, including the theft of a mobile phone under a controversial joint enterprise law. He's now facing removal to Jamaica, where he hasn't set foot since he was 4 and has no family there. His supporters argue that he's been failed by the system and will be put at risk if he's deported. Osime Brown has this report.
This was taken at his little before he left school, and this is my favorite picture.
Osime Brown is Joan's youngest son. He has learning difficulties, autism, and has spent time in care. Joan believes his disadvantages combined. Osime is currently serving time for his part in a mobile phone robbery when just 17.
This is not the Osime that we know and grow to love. We know he's vulnerable.
Now aged 21, Osime's life is at a crossroads he cannot control. Tomorrow he returns after 2 years in custody, but the government say the UK is no longer his home, and they're trying to deport him back to Jamaica, where he was born.
He came here when he was 4 years old. Sending him back to Jamaica to what? All he knows is the British system. He doesn't know Jamaica. He hasn't been back. This is his home. He belongs here with his family.
Osime pled not guilty, and his family contest his convictions. Now over 100,000 have signed this petition to the Home Office against Osime's deportation on the grounds he was taken advantage of and his autism.
Autistic people are highly vulnerable to make crimes, so if someone says to them, "I'm your friend, you can trust me," we often believe it, as our self-confidence can be very low. And Osime also has additional learning difficulties.
Emma is behind the petition to the Home Office, who say deportations only happen when the courts are satisfied. In the UK, it does not matter how long someone has lived here if they do not hold citizenship.
If you receive a sentence of over 12 months, there is an automatic presumption that you should be deported because it is in the interests of the state to do so, and you have to meet a very high threshold and show you meet exceptions to that rule.
What might those exceptions be?
It can depend on your mental health, it can depend on what obstacles there would be to you reintegrating into a different country.
Why would Jamaica be a hostile place for him to return? Why would it be unsafe for him?
Being from Jamaica, I know if you have a mental illness or if you have any disability, you are looked upon sometimes like outcast. I have known you see they will be walking in the street, people will be throwing stone at them and mad boy and all those things. So he can't, he needs the love. I don't even think about that. He needs the love of us. He was ripped from us. So why ripped him away from us again and send him to Jamaica where he has nobody?
Joan believes Osime's case captures how the inequalities in our criminal justice system can overlap. Black children and men are severely overrepresented. So are those excluded from school and those who have learning difficulties. Osime is all three.
I always have this. Sometimes I take it with me to my bed and, this was all I have left.
Joan's son Osime is released tomorrow, but it's forced removal from the only home he has, justice.
Now, it's been hailed as a landmark piece of legislation for England.